All right. So, Adan, in America, um, I like this idea of Vipassana and the five aggregates and knowing who you are. But in America, it's hard. It's hard for people to want to take time to meditate every day. If you were giving advice to a beginner who wants to practice Vipassana, who wants to practice meditation, but they don't have a daily practice, what advice would you give?
So basically, we meditate every day, especially the concentration meditation. Through, like for example, Kung Fu, Karate, or this is meditation. Tai Chi is a good meditation if the object is the bodily movement. So basically we meditate every day. Even when you play golf, you must concentrate. And the word, come on, focus, concentrate. That means you meditate. Ping pong, playing ping pong is also meditation. The object is the bodily movement or your bodily movement. But all these are in the categories of concentration meditation. So it is not the research meditation. So the word discipline actually that we must put in our mind, because every day our mind discipline everything for the body. Right? Shower, or time to take shower, time to clean, time to feed my breakfast, lunch, dinner, time for my exercise. All these are the disciplining the mind for the body. Right? So it is time that we must also create the awareness of disciplining of the mind for itself. It takes time for sure, because for a long time that no one remind us or teach us to take care of this mind. The difficult part actually is not in the meditation. The difficult part is to let go the attachment of the mind. Because for a long time our mind is so free. Right? Freedom and all the pleasure, all the pleasant things, all the happiness, all this, the mind attached to. So a simple questions between meditation 10-15 minutes per day, or you like playing basketball, you between play basketball and meditation. Play basketball is fun. Meditation is boring. Your mind attached to these fun things or the fun activities, or playing sport or go with the friends. This is a lot more fun, and our mind attached to it. So the difficult part is actually to detach that attachment of the mind to the funness. So to detach the attachment of the mind, this is the second law of nature that you must research and understand it. The Buddha called it the law of impermanence. Isaac Newton called it the law of gravity. Whatever comes up must comes down. Whatever rises must fall, including our attachment of the mind, including our pleasure, our fondness. Right? So if we understand this law, so if we, for example, if I meditate 10 minutes or go see a friend and play basketball, which one? Or my mind attached to the second one. But if I just observe a little bit, the law of gravity, the law of impermanence, let's see, that perception arise, perception of going to play basketball, and then my mind attached to it, gives my mental state being pleasant or pleasure. And let's see the attachment, the impermanent. If my mind not attached to that perception, that perception will fall by itself by the law of impermanence or gravity.
So stepping away to observe your mind and its pattern or process.
Yes, that is vipassana.
Watching your feelings, your perceptions, your mental formations, consciousness.
Yes.
So training your mind to understand how things arise and pass away,
Yes.
Cravings, aversions, desires.
Greed. Yes.
So watching those things to understand your mind.
Yes. To understand your mind and to understand yourself.
So if you're a beginning student, what would you recommend as a daily practice to get started with meditation?
So daily we must set a time every day to sit down, take care of our mind. Just like we take care of the body. If we eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, we sit down and we eat. We must do the same to our mind. 10-15 minutes per day is enough. But if we compare how many hours we spend to take care of this body, so 10 or 15 minutes, if our mind said, I don't have time, it is impossible. The only reason, the only excuse, my mind attached to all the pleasure, all the comfort. So that's why the mind creates an excuse, I don't have time.
Right, I can watch 3 hours of TV per day.
3 hours.
But to meditate for 30 minutes, I don't have time.
That is impossible.
Right. Okay.
But let me remind you, 10 or 15 minutes, if we create this action or causes, like daily, at the end of 1 week, 7 days, 1 month, 30 days, there will be good consequences by the law of nature. But if you look at the other way around, if we don't do anything to our mind, take care of this mind, of course there will be also negative consequences. Depression. Be careful. So don't be careless. This is our mind that is careless. I'm fine. I'm okay. It will not happen to me. This is a careless mind, thinking that it won't happen to me. I have a good life. I can buy everything. I have money. I can buy happiness. But look at all the celebrities. They can buy all the happiness. They can buy all drugs. But look what happened to them.
So if money and drugs and power and celebrity can't buy happiness, how does meditation give you happiness?
Wisdom. By wisdom that understand the law of nature, then your wisdom can choose which action that will give happiness. The true happiness, not temporary happiness. Right? By the right wisdom, the wisdom that understands whatever we speak, whatever we do, there will be consequences. Then our wisdom can choose, just do, speak the good causes, good action that will give good reaction, that will make us happy all the time. But if we don't have that wisdom that understand, our emotion will be still like a roller coaster. Sometimes we are happy if we buy that happiness, but the next day we depressed. You can imagine the roller coaster ride of our emotion. With the money you can buy happiness, but when the mind attached to the negative perception of life, or I don't have a true friend, or my friend just want my money, and with that perception, I am depressed again. I'm depressed or happy and then depressed, the roller coaster ride. At the end, of course, the negative will prevail.
Right. If I'm one day happy but then depressed, then I might need beer or drugs.
Yes.
Or something to feel better.
Yes.
But then I get more attached to those drugs.
Yes.
And that leads to more depression.
Yes.
Or it can. But if I'm watching my thoughts, watching my mind, understanding my consciousness, which is based on my mental formations,
Yes.
which is based on perceptions,
Yes.
which is based on feelings,
Feelings.
which is based on the body, the form.
Yes.
If I can understand the causes of my thoughts, I can be more aware and more in touch with who I am.
Yes. And you can let go. Right? You can break the chain of cause and effect and let go. Letting go of your emotion or your perception. And so if you can prevent all this, prevention has always been the best medicine.
Yeah.
So why don't we in the offensive position to prevent, not to get mental illnesses? But it needs time and energy. But the good things is, if you practice this, if you take care of your mind every day, if you take care of your body, the wisdom that you gain.
Yeah. I think you're right, but I think the challenge in America is, okay, I can meditate, every day for 10 or 15 minutes, but to get some effects, it's going to take maybe 1 week, 1 month, a few months.
Yes.
But in America, we want things now.
Instant.
And instantly. And so I need my beer. I need my marijuana, drugs immediately. So how do you begin this process of really changing your life in a culture where we want things fast? I think that's the big challenge with Vipassana.
Of course. But look at in America, everywhere, to gain bachelor, master, PhD, how many years you spend? Since kindergarten, elementary, high school, until 4 years bachelor. You have time, right, to gain that degree, that knowledge. But every day just focusing little by little in order to gain the wisdom. Maybe not today, maybe not next week, but I'm sure, guarantee, within a year there will be a result. But to gain that bachelor degree, how many years we spend? Right? Then with the degree, then we can get a job, or maybe not enough to get a master degree. So how many years?
Yeah.
But impossible. But if you don't have time, 10, 15 minutes. But at the end, maybe 1 year, maybe even faster, depend on the quality of your meditation. Then you may gain the wisdom faster. More than 14 years to get the degree. Whatever, how many years to get that bachelor degree?
Right, 4 years to get a bachelor's degree.
12 years. Elementary, high school, how many years?
12 years in America until a high school degree. So it takes time.
It takes time.
Yeah.
But we all spend the time to gain this degree.